One, two, one, two, three, four.
What is happening? Welcome to the Mudblood podcast. This week we are sponsored by Lat Praise Guy. If you don't know who Lat Praise Guy is, where have you been? He is everywhere. He was main sponsor at the UFC fights in Dubai at the weekend. He sponsors all the best podcasts. He sponsors all the best fighters, including myself. And yes, he is a main man. He's made €7 million last year. He has prizes for houses, holidays, watches, cars, you name it. And if you don't like the prize, he normally gives you a cash alternative. He has competitions for free if you register on the website. He has competitions for 12p, 5p, 9p, 20p, 150, £2, depending on what the prize is. So jump on, check it out, see what you want, and enjoy it. That Praise Guy. Check him out. And if you want to do it through the podcast, you have a wee code, which is Mudblood10, gets you 10% off any of your purchases in the box. I sorted it out last week, spoke to him. It's definitely working. So, That Praise Guy, main sponsor. But yes, let's get to the main thing. We're on to the podcast. This week, obviously, the sofa, well, it was a bit empty, so we had to fill it up. So we decided to bring on a guest. So today I'm joined by the fantastic and the brilliant Meghan O'Neill.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
You were really good at that plug there.
Oh, did you enjoy it?
You nearly had like a full script to read off. You were just banging
it out. That's why I get paid for talking with my mouth. Do you know what I mean? That's why I get paid. But yeah, no, Willy's away. He has took himself off to Dubai, or I don't know, he's joined ISIS or something. I've seen him in the desert with a thing wrapped around his head. I don't know what he's doing. They must have a disabled wing of the ISIS paramilitary group. Willy is the leader of it, but he's not here. So we're joined this week by Meghan. But thank you very much for coming in.
The next paramilitary leader. So don't worry about it. Ballycastle paramilitary.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah, Ballycastle.
There you go, the North Coast. Mm-hmm. We would have spent a lot of time. Like still, our family's been going to Carnlough from 1980.
Why do you have one shoe off?
I have sore feet.
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
You're not meant to tell anybody.
Sorry. Sorry, I have ADHD. I know it's really weird things.
Just I literally, even on the plane, somebody said that to me on the plane on Monday. Why have you got one shoe off? It's literally that's the sore foot.
My left foot's sore.
You're lucky it's only the one shoe. Usually he's not wearing bottoms when he's recording the podcast.
Yeah.
But
Willy likes that. That's nothing to do with me.
No trousers.
No trousers.
Say nothing.
Say nothing is right. Completely say nothing. But somebody was saying to me, training away, as you well know, you're training at the minute. You're doing a lot of boxing. You've how many fights have you had?
I've only had one.
You've had one fight.
Yeah,
what did you think of it?
I loved it. Do you know what? See, whenever I went into boxing, I only had 4 weeks training before my fight. I knew nothing about boxing. I went into it. I fucking love it. See, getting punched in the face and all. I love it.
I like doing the boxing. Our daddy was a boxer, and then I sort of.
What do you mean, our daddy's brothers?
That's my brother. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Oh my God, right?
Yeah, so he's a younger
You've got different daddies.
No. Well, not that I know of,
You still look a wee bit, to be fair.
We'll have to do a DNA. I've done the DNA. You have to do it. Let's see. Exclusive there in Mudblood. Just, what do you know?
No, my family's from West Belfast. I know everyone.
But yeah, so he was a boxer, and then I loved it when I was a kid, and then I got hit one time in it and I just didn't go back.
Yeah.
And then started back at it again in my 30s and sort of went, I'm too old for it now. Now I have the bug. It's just... That's
it. See, once you do it, I think once you get being used to hitting the face, you just fucking your life.
I understand why people pay to get hit now.
Oh, right. Do you?
I do. Yes.
I do have weirdos.
It was something that I didn't. It was something that I didn't, and it was just be like, why would you pay for pain? But I get it.
Yeah.
Because I even like getting a tattoo done.
Yeah.
I like the sensation of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So,
are you covered in tattoos?
Not completely, but like a full sleeve essay here.
Tattoos. Your name?
Yeah. I've tattoos, but not completely covered.
What's my name? Oh, that's right. That's who I am.
That's my son's name. That's the arm I beat him with. That's why it's on there.
Wee bastard.
Yeah, exactly. But I understand why people do it, and then just the boxing. I love the training of it. The training, just
you
and
feel
the focus,
class.
and you just come out of it and you're buzzing.
You do, and you're sweating, and you're just it's lethal.
Yeah, it's just the feeling you get, and later on the day you're just buzzing because you've done it. But people see me later in the day and I'm limping and they're going, how are you boxing? It's just, I'm at that age now where my body's like pushing back against it.
What age are you?
45.
Holy fuck, are you?
Yeah, so.
You don't look it at all.
Thank you.
I'm only 33, but
Are you?
my body's starting to like, I've done years of powerlifting, but and training and fucking everything.
I don't think I fully felt like I was old until I was about 40, and then you start feeling it, and that's when you're going, whoa, you know.
Things are happening here, like what the fuck's happening?
That you didn't have before. But what made you do the boxing this time?
So somebody, do you know Misfits?
Yes.
Like the influencer boxing. So somebody I went to school with, ran about with, known me for all my life, was an MMA fighter. He said to me, you'd fucking batter them girls. Because obviously I grew up fucking mad as fuck scrapping the whole time, and he was like, you'd go in there and you'd smash them. So I was all, do you know what, I'm just going to fucking try it. So I went and got myself a coach and literally threw myself in for 4 weeks training and went and fought. Fucking lost.
Did you?
Bastard,
Who were you fighting?
So it was a girl called Tina Snow. She's another porn star, if I can say that, down south. And she was 2 stone heavier, but a foot taller. My cut man and all were like, you're not fucking doing it. And I was like, I'm doing it. I ain't gonna fucking win. But you know what? Like, I went in, I won the first round. So I stopped her in the first round, and then she got a count. And I was obviously 2 rounds up at that point. All I needed was another round. But I went into the second round. I diazepam and all before that fight. Like, because I wasn't passing my medical. There was so much drama that happened that weekend. I wasn't passing my medical. Blood pressure through the roof. And I had to take diazepam 4 hours before my fight. So I was in fucked. I thought I was fine. I was in, I guess, like, I remember the fights were coming in slow motion. And I was like, woo.
Yeah, no,
Get into it, wiped
you
out.
need to prepare, but there's a lot of that like mismatch. Even like when I fought not that last one, the one before,
That was
where
Bear.
we won, yeah, like he was 10, 12 kilos heavier than me, and you could
If you
notice
feel
the
it,
difference.
I fucking right. You do.
Like, he didn't hurt me. He genuinely.
I don't know how he did, because I was there and I watched it. Holy fuck, he was just coming, and you were just taking them, and I was like,
Because it wasn't hurting. It was nah. And I was just, but he was the one that says he was going to knock me out in the first round. So I was just like,
that's Bear. That's the one.
That's not going to happen, you know. So
He just went the full 3 rounds.
yeah, that's what I prefer.
He messaged me to ask you a question.
What was it?
I know, Derry, do you want me to
What
read
did
it out? Whenever I says about who I was going on the podcast this morning, he was all, who is it? And I said, it's a fella you know. And he says, ask him what a right down the pipe feels like, and tell him to stop with the old excuses.
Oh,
That's what he said.
well, excuses.
What's that all about?
I don't know. Well, down the pub, he's obviously talking about his thing. Well, we've already discussed it there. I told you, it didn't hurt me.
Didn't even hurt him. You
There wasn't a mark
fine.
on me. There genuinely
Was there not?
No, there wasn't a mark. Like that, I was.
See, my
fine.
Instagram got deleted the day after that, so I didn't see anything. Everything disappeared.
He was a tough fight.
Yeah.
He was a dirty fighter, if it was being honest. He was just constantly had his hand out over my face, and
Yep.
that's not allowed. But I mean, it was happening. Not making any excuses at all. From the start, I said,
There you go, we'll start a fucking rematch.
If he wants to fight, no problem
He
at all.
messaged me this morning. I says, no problem.
No problem.
I'm going to ask
He
him what to say.
disappeared over to Dubai when the storms came because he's scared of that wig getting blew up.
Fuck's sake, here we go.
He was like, I'm away. Hurricane's
See you later.
coming. I want to keep the wig. He looks great, by the way.
He does. He looks fucking
He
brilliant.
looks great. And that all comes from, he can thank me. Thanks, there, Paddy, because I thought you done that interview and everybody laughed when you told them your age, and then from it, you've went and changed your whole appearance.
There you go.
So, you can thank me later, Owen. You know,
we
Owen's
go.
starting a OnlyFans. Did you know that?
No, he isn't.
He is, huh?
No, you're lying
I
to me.
swear to God, he is.
What? Do what?
The pair, he's doing OnlyFans, yeah.
He never told me.
Oh, well, there you go. Would you subscribe?
No thanks. No thanks. He's not my
That'll
type.
hurt him more than anything.
He's not my type. It's alright. He's cheeky to me too, so it's alright. He's a cheeky fucker.
Do you know what? I love him up. He's a bit of crack.
Yes, he's good crack.
Definitely
Him
a bit of
and
crack.
Sean are both brilliant.
Yeah, no, they're
Absolutely
good guys.
brilliant.
I met them in London. We had a great crack,
Yeah.
and then from there, like, it was just the fight. I don't even know how the fight came about. I think he was the one that instigated it.
Probably, yeah.
But he made it out like, no, I never. Here's me. You called the fight. And I was like, no, I didn't. But I think he did. But anyway, I'll fight him again.
There you go.
There you go. Let's
Fucking
take
round two.
serious. Fucking technique. Taking proper serious.
He gets daddy down. Fucking yes,
No,
let's go.
fuck with that. Kneecap in the head, you get. But yeah, so you grew up in Ballycastle.
Yeah.
And do you still live in Ballycastle?
Yeah.
So you're
Still there.
Still up in Ballycastle.
fucking
Still
hate
up
it.
there. Do you?
Oh,
do
I
you
hate it. It's just because of what I do. It's just a wee small place. Everybody's very close-minded. Now, nobody will say anything because obviously I've had a reputation of being mental all my life.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, the people be slabbering me fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But my whole family's from West Belfast.
But even
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And did they move up to Ballycastle?
Yeah.
or-
So just during the Troubles, after the Troubles sort of thing, they all moved up. But half my family stayed down. It was actually only my daddy that moved up. My daddy and my auntie. All the rest of them stayed down Belfast.
Right,
My
okay. So
sister
your
and brother.
family all about
Mhm.
here and all.
All West
So you
Belfast.
know West Belfast then.
Yeah.
So it explains a wee bit too, Megan. That
Why?
you are West Belfast.
What do you
Just because you have that sort of attitude where it's like, nah, fuck yous. Do you know what I mean?
Fuck yous all.
It's that kind of West Belfast thing.
It is.
and
There's a mentality in West Belfast. People are the hardest from here. They are
You
like.
said it.
Mm-hmm.
You said it.
If you want to learn to box, you'd learn to box in West Belfast.
It's
That's just it.
well, there's something about us,
Yeah.
even in everything. And I've noticed in the past couple of years, just every different like genre of stuff, whether it be
Yeah.
music or whatever they are. If they're from West Belfast, they're just going for it. They're just going fuck it.
People, but it's fucking mad. Like whenever I was younger, we would have went. Obviously, I lived in Ballycastle. When I come up here to all my family, my cousins and all, different gravy of people. The people are tough as fuck, and you had to be tough.
Yeah,
Running about the streets, like you had to be.
yeah.
You had to get fucking battered.
It's sort of like a life lesson in West Belfast. I think there is an element of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No,
So
I love it up
then
here.
you have a wee bit of that resilience in you,
Yeah.
you know. But
Born and bred.
like Ballycastle was voted,
Best place to live 6 times consecutively.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yet you live in it and you think it's a shithole.
It's a beautiful place, don't get me wrong. That's all to do with crime level.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this very safe place to live. Like, I think there's only ever been 2 murders in Ballycastle. One was a policeman years ago, and then the other one was my brother. Other than that...
Sorry to hear it.
Oh, that's all right, thank you. Other than that, it's a very, very safe place to live. Like, yes, there's drugs there. There's drugs everywhere.
Of course there's.
Like, so... There's nothing to do. So the only thing about Ballycastle you can do growing up is drinking. Or
Yes.
getting a wee fucking car and beating about the place in
Poor
it.
head.
Yep.
Flying about like a nut.
Yeah, or going fishing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
No, I get
it's,
you.
it's lovely. It's a beautiful retirement place.
Yes.
But to raise kids, it's boring as fuck. Like, there's nothing for them. Like, I'm moving here shortly to come back towards the city.
Right, okay.
So I only went down there back home to raise the kids.
how many kids do you have?
2.
2.
Yeah, we got a wee boy.
Oh, very good.
9 and 7.
9 and 7. Good ages as well.
Yeah.
And it's always tough. Like, you know, what people don't realise is with kids, it is tough.
Everything's tough with kids. Everything's
You know.
tougher, especially like I've been on my own with them forever.
Mhm.
And it's fucking hard going.
You're sort of used to that,
Yeah.
you know, but you do need an element of like support.
Yeah, you do.
And if you don't have it, like, it's just your day is just bump, bump,
Yeah,
bump.
I
like-
lived in Larne for 3 years.
Sorry about that.
Fucking what?
I actually don't mind Lauren.
I don't mind Larne either,
I've
but
never had
everybody...
a bad experience in
Oh,
Lauren.
everybody that fucking you say that to, they're like,
People look at you, Lauren, but I genuinely think there's worse places than Lauren.
Lauren's actually, it's like, it's a good situation. Like, it's where it's at is good.
Yeah.
It's situated in a really good place where like everything's kind of close to it and it's on the port. It has a lot of potential. It's just the people are different.
Have you ever been in the Alderfleet?
Yes, I was at James Flynn's last show. I know,
Well,
not last one before.
Yeah. Well, Connor that owns that, like, that bar doesn't look like it belongs in that where it is.
Oh, it's like fucking Fergie, DJ Fergie, and
And
Cleve
it's
Dutton.
just even the money he's put into it, the way it's
Yep,
decorated.
it's lovely.
I play it all the time. Playing Lauren on the tour, by the way, just if anybody wants to check. I'm not playing the Alderfleet this time, but I am playing in the
When you
reading
say
rooms.
playing, you mean
Yeah, I'm doing a gig.
comedy?
Doing
Yeah.
a gig in the reading rooms in it, so anybody
good.
just love it, check it out. But yeah, no, I don't mind Lauren. Like, I've never mind Lauren. I always have a good gig in it. Always
Yeah.
the people have been dead on, and I sort of go like, so it's one of them places. Yeah, people give it a hard time, but like the Antrim Coast, there's people come from all over the world to go and visit.
Go and see it. Yeah,
Where
no,
that
It's
is.
stunning.
You know,
Antrim Coast is lovely.
but it's mad that like when you live there, you're sort of like there's nothing to do in it. Like we would go to Carnlough, and
Yeah.
genuinely, there's nothing in
No,
it.
nothing. Literally nothing. A road.
There used to be more.
There used to be like 3 amusement things in it.
There was a cinema as well, wasn't
There
there?
was a cinema.
Are
you
there,
sure?
like,
It was like a made up cinema. I get what you mean, but
Like
it
a
wasn't.
projector in somebody's
Yeah,
back
It
living room.
was something like that.
any youth clubs? Sort of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
There's halls and all, but there's nothing.
Nah.
now the way kids are, I think like our kids were killed because kids can fucking play all the games they want and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
their screens are on their phones and stuff like that. But I don't know, there was an element of just being down there and running about and going up into the waterfalls.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think kids have that anymore.
No,
like that
the kids
adventure
aren't
thing.
interested in
Do you know what I
outside
mean?
anymore.
And they're not allowed to do it either. Like it's
No.
safety things. People will be like, what are you doing?
There's a lot
Where
of
you
red
going?"
tape now.
Aye.
Like when you look back to the way we grew up, there was no phones. You could get away with everything you done. Like your mum and dad didn't know anything that you done. See now, you can't get away with nothing. I
And
feel sorry for
are
the
you
kids.
pleased that you're like at the age that you're at because you can do what you can do?
What do you
Like
mean?
for what people probably don't know, or if they do know, you have your OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
Is that that's your job basically?
Yes. Yeah.
Like if you had been born in say the 60s,
No.
you maybe wouldn't have been doing OnlyFans. I'm not.
Oh,
Do you
yes.
get what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
No,
are you
see-
happy in your job? Are you glad what you do?
Oh, I love what I do. And do you know what? It is for a bigger meaning. Like, I don't do what I do. Yes, the money's a byproduct and all the rest, and it's great. But for me, it's paving a way in society for people like me, females like me, girls like me, who want to go into the industry, but there's all this sort of stigma around it. That's what my bigger mission is.
Yeah.
It's to kind of be the fucking front of that and go, I'm going to pave the way. So if people want to do it, now I don't promote it because there is obviously the nasty side to it as well. But like for me, I'm going, I'm such a big, like, I don't want to say feminist because I don't like labeling myself. I'm just equal rights for everybody. But I'm so like female empowerment. We can do what we want. So that's why I'm like, I take it so seriously. And that's why I don't pretend that it's not what I do. And I don't hush it and I don't hide it. I'm very out there and very brazen with it because I'm like, no, this is my life's mission is to, I had a female only gym. I'm actually opening that again now, close to here. Not in Belfast, but in the outskirts of it. Nobody knows yet. But I'm opening my gym again because it's all about female empowerment. And for me, I was like, this is what I want to do. Always wanted to do porn, but never always had this idea that I couldn't because I was like, people are going to go fucking mad. And then I just sat with myself one day and went, you know what? I really want to do it. Like, I wanted to do it for years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, no, had the kids, went away from, I was a glamour model before. I was like, no, there must be something in me that's really damaged that I want to do this. So I went through like really intense therapy to make sure that there was nothing sort of underlying and this wasn't like a self-harm thing. So when I'm into it, like I want to do my doctorate in the sort of psychology field of like the sex industry and what it means to be in the sex industry, and are people damaged that come into it, or is it because they come into it and then society damages them for being in it? What is it about the industry that has this sort of really negative persona about it? That's my bigger life's work. So I can't do that if I'm not in the industry.
No, I get you.
I need to face it and do it all and then come out of it and go, right, I'm going to do my PhD now because I've done it. If you're going to
I
talk
think
the
it's
talk, you have
great
to
that you're
walk the
coming
walk.
out of it, and do you know what? That could be a future job for you in a sense.
Well,
Because
I'm not out of it yet. There's a lot more I still want to do.
course
Like
you do.
there's loads I want to do.
Well,
in
you're
the
still
industry.
in the industry. You're
Yeah.
still like.
Haven't done it now since March.
Yeah.
I did take off almost a year now to focus on
This could be a
boxing.
thing that you shelve and then pull out again in
This
10
is
years'
it.
time.
Like you could be a gilf. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? It's literally.
There's a niche for everything.
But it's an industry that there's
It
still
never
a bit of
dies.
taboo, but it's fucking massive.
It never dies. It's the oldest industry in the world.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's massive. And there is taboo about it. And it's good that you said, like, I like at the start that you turned around and said, I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And you kept going, and then you eventually did do it.
And don't get me wrong, like there was times where I remember one day I rang my daddy crying my eyes out because I was getting social services, police were coming to the door, doing care calls, and the kids, people anonymously were ringing saying that I was doing gangbangs. I've never done a gangbang in my life, on camera, off camera, nothing. I'm actually very prudish. My actual personality is not what you see on social media. What I do for a career is completely separate, and people can't believe this because when they meet me, I'm very reserved, very like, I don't do sexual innuendos, I don't do sexual jokes, like I don't talk about anything sexual outside of work. That's where it stops.
Yeah.
So people are very like, well, fuck, we expect you to be this, that, and the other.
But that's people's own problem. That's not yours,
But I remember, sorry for interrupting you, I remember ringing my daddy that day. And I was like, Daddy, like, I'm really getting it thick here. Like, people are fucking hating me. And he literally turned around to me, and it was probably the best thing he ever said. He was like, Meghan, any female in history that's ever changed something has probably been in this situation where they've cried and went, fuck, people are like, because a trailblazer for anything, any female rights has had their fucking fair share of shit.
Yeah.
To put up with. The first person to do anything gets the shit.
Yeah.
And that's, my daddy was like, keep going. That's what you want to do.
Well, that's good that you got support.
Yeah, no, my mum and daddy really support me, like, completely. Obviously, they're like, don't want to know about it, but they're very much like, we support
that's
you.
the way I would look at it. Like, I was sort of in my head there thinking when you mentioned your daddy, because I am a daddy to 3 girls, and I have a son as well.
Yeah.
But there is that difference between your daughters and your son, and it shouldn't be, but there is.
It shouldn't be, but there is.
But there is.
Yeah.
So, also, like, in my head, I was going, like, if my daughters come in and said it, I'm a big advocate for go and do what you want to do. And yes, you mightn't approve of everything that your kids do or want to do, or, You know, but who are you to stop them?
See, that's the way I think. People have said to me, like, if your daughter or son, because I've one of each, they're like, if they come in and said they wanted to do it, and I'm like, at least I know the safe way to go about it. As
You'll
long
be able
as
to
they're
point
safe.
them in the right
Yeah, like,
direction.
as long
You're
as
not going
they're
to force
safe.
them into it.
Absolutely not. And
Yeah.
it's something that I don't really have a yes, do it, or no, don't do it. Like, I don't really care what they do as long as my kids are happy. Like, I don't give a fuck in life what they do. As long as they're happy and they're not hurting anybody,
Yeah.
fucking go for it. That's the way I live. And
Do you think the industry is going in a better direction? Do you think it is getting safer?
do you know what? Yeah. See, because of OnlyFans, like, whenever I was a glamour model when I was 18, God, that's gone back for 15 years now. Like, that was showing my age. It was dangerous because you were getting these messages online from people, and you were kind of like, yes, you could ask for references, but some were good, some were bad. And because we're in Northern Ireland, very small sort of community of modelling, so you were going to studios with these men you'd never met.
Yeah.
And there was that element of anything
Am
could
I
fucking
okay
happen
here?
here.
Yeah.
And now, fortunately for me, no bad experience ever happened, but that has happened to so many girls I know. So with OnlyFans, you can sit at home and do all your stuff yourself. You're safe. You put out what you want. There's nobody above you going, you have to do this, you have to do that. By legalising sex work as well, you take away a lot of the exploitation and sex trafficking.
Yeah.
Because it's legal, and that means like or criminalising it here, which was the fucking DUP that done it years ago. They criminalised not the females doing it, but the men buying it. What that does is it puts it into like a hush-hush. And then if something does happen, there's nowhere to turn. There's no support groups. There's no police. And
Puts it in the dark alleyways.
and it makes it dangerous. So it's so much safer, and it would be safer again if they would legalise it. Like, I think it was it Sweden or Denmark or somewhere recently in like that area, I'm shite at fucking geography, over that way, that legalised it completely.
Yeah.
And they've given is it Belgium? They've given them actual sex workers now have actual rights, like workers' rights. It's now seen as a job.
Yeah.
And there's no issue with it.
Yeah.
Well, see, it shows you how taboo it is, because there has been no call from any party really to lobby for it. The legalization.
The main problem with politics is that religion isn't control.
See, over here, it's green and orange. It's fucking green.
But everywhere in the world, and religion's in control, and religion fucking is the thing that they use to drive it. Yeah. And they hold the laws, and you're right, because even for years when I was a taxi man, you had people like stag doos coming over from England, and they would jump in the car and go, take us to a strip club, and I used to laugh at them and go,
no strip clubs here.
lads, nothing like that. And they're like, what do you mean? I says, the fucking nightclub shut at 1.
Yep.
You know, like it was DUP fucking sort of real Christian Protestant fucking beliefs like to do it. And don't get me wrong, there's Catholic fucking instigators are too. Like, don't get me wrong. I went to a Catholic school. I was taught by nuns. Like, it was like, you're going to fucking hell if you do this and you do that. But because I studied philosophy in my degree, I went way back to the start of Christianity. Like, I studied religion, so I studied all different types of religion, and Christianity is fucking filled with misogyny. Yeah. Mary Magdalene's a fucking whore. Yeah. Fucking, you're not allowed to have sex. Like, Mary. So there was actually... Mary's a virgin. She had to be a virgin.
You have to be like Mary. Yeah. She was the fucking pinnacle because it was man-made.
Why did the man's mummy have to be even a virgin? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, that's fucking illegal. You can't be fucking being a virgin, telling kids and all, you can get pregnant without getting pregnant, without doing anything about it. Like, what the fuck? Your kid's coming home going... Like, my wee girl, she's 9, and she went to me, well, may I know what a virgin is? And I went, right. And she went, well, how was Mary a virgin? And I went, well, she wasn't. I was like, you can't be a virgin and have a baby. Because she was like, you know, at this age of being like, where do babies come from?
Questions.
Like, you know,
well, kids
like
are getting younger and younger now. Like, that they know.
Yeah, they're asking. I'm very sex positive with my kids, so I'm very like open with them to an age appropriate level. Obviously, they vary.
There's nothing wrong with that. We have a policy with our kids in the sense that, like, if nothing's taboo, then nothing's secretive.
Yes, and they'll not lie to you. They'll know.
And so we tell them, if somebody touches you inappropriately or says something, so they know what's right and wrong from an early age. And I think my daddy at one stage said to me about it, and he was like, why would... And I was like, do you know what? We grew up where it was taboo and you didn't talk about it. And I says, and I seen people getting abused in school, and then they never mentioned it. Nobody said anything because it was a big taboo subject. I says, so that's not happening in my house. So my kids can turn around and tell somebody they're wrong.
Yeah, I was sexually abused when I was 7, and I didn't tell anybody for years. See, now, being like, I've spoke about that very openly in podcasts and stuff, and I've healed from it. But now, being an adult and being a parent, That's exactly what you're saying. Like, you have to educate them to keep them safe.
Yeah.
Nobody educated me, so I didn't know anything about it. I was all, well, is this wrong? What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was 16 where one day it just come back and I went, holy fuck, I forgot all about that. That's mental. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't tell anybody because you weren't taught. But now the saying is pants are private. Anything under your sort of clothing is private, so you don't touch it. Nobody's allowed to look at it, all that sort of shit. And it is, you do feel, I don't know about you, but I feel a wee bit icky being like, oh, I have to tell them this, but you fucking have to.
No,
You have to keep them safe.
No, I mean, I sort of at the start, like, it was a wee bit, but I mean, you have to be like that with them, just to safeguard them, so to know the crack is.
Exactly it. Yeah.
You know, so it's definitely one of them things.
And consent's a big thing as well. Like, I teach my kids consent. Like, I have my wee girl to the doctor, and she has something wrong where she's growing really, really quick. She's getting really tall. She had a wee pain in her knee, and the doctor was like, "Can you pull your trousers down, dear?" And she was fucking like, "Absolutely not." And I sat there with her, and I was like, "That's okay, just pull them up." Like, he was like, "No, it's okay," and she just went, "No." And I was like, that's fair enough. I was like, pull your trousers up. And that's what she did. And I was really proud of her. I was like, fucking fair play.
She knows.
There.
Yeah.
And do you think, does that, the research and stuff that you're saying you're wanting to do, does that motivate you to do this type of stuff because what you've been through and what you want to sort of see for people?
Yeah, everything I've been through. Like, I've had a wild life. Like, I've documented it very much on Bear's podcast. Like, I talked about everything that kind of happened in my life. Like, everything that can fucking happen to a person's happened to me. So for me, like, I was a very strong sort of role model anyway for the kids. Mm-hmm. But because I always wanted to do porn, and then I had the kids, I was like, I can't do it now. Mm-hmm. And then one day I just went, fuck it, I'm going to do it. So then obviously I was doing my degree and studying philosophy and psychology. And I want to finish that. I still haven't finished it. It took like 3 years out now. Doing it in the Open University. So I have like 15 years to finish it. But once I finish that, like, I look at my kids and go, I want to make the place a better place for use. And all the other wee girls and wee boys that are running about and, you know, maybe don't feel like it doesn't have to be about porn, but just showing them you can do whatever the fuck you want in life. And you don't need to. And then the studying and wanting to do my PhD is because I want to fucking open eyes to it. And I want people to be like, the industry's not bad or seedy. It is what it is. It's just another fucking industry. And by not wanting to talk about it, people shite themselves. They're like, oh my God, like when I say to people and all, like what I do, they are like, oh my God, like what do you mean? And I'm like, you fucking watch porn? What do you mean? Like, it's not that big of a fucking deal. So yeah, did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Or did I veer off it because I have ADHD? I'll do that.
No, just fair away and talk. We're obviously just listening here because obviously just taking in what you're saying and the industry that you're in. It is a fucking taboo. Like, when I'm on stage, recently I do a thing about talking about wanking and masturbation, and you still get, I still get a groan from the crowd, like, and and you're going. And I look at the audience and like, I do this. It's not like I have a set from last week in Lavery's and I can show the video. And I look at the audience and I go, ways up. Like, every single one of you have done it at least once. Yeah. Don't be going, like, it's a fucking taboo thing. Like, that people go, oh, you don't. It's fine.
It's natural.
You know, and you tend to get sometimes family members, or so there was like a daddy and a daughter, and I was like, look, it's fine. Daddy does it, you do it. Sometimes he's done it with mummy. You know, it's you know, and it's putting them in an awkward situation, but at the same sense,
it opens up conversation.
It opens it up. It's like, don't be taboo about it, just because there is that element of, oh, don't be doing that and don't be doing that. But who started that? Don't be doing that and don't be doing that?
Christiani.
Yeah.
I blame Christiani for fucking everything. I look at it and just go,
you just have to look at the industry to see it's there. It's one of the biggest industries in the world. And there's demand for it. Yep. You know, and
I don't let people, like, people at the start would have been different towards me, and I just don't fucking allow it. I'm just like, nah. Like, your career's no different to mine. It's no different to a fucking policeman walking down the street. No different to a teacher. Like, I had all my stuff sent to the principal and all the school. And this principal was literally like it's Catholic school. And she was like, none of my business. Yeah. Like, social services and all were like...
I take it this was all their parents in the school?
At the very start.
And they were like, what does that affect their kids?
So, what happened was, apparently... one of the children in P7 found it on, they had a phone in the playground. And this was the story I got told. They had a phone in the playground. They seen it on their phone. One, I was going to, like, the principal literally went to me, this isn't anything to do with you, I'm just telling you what's happened, what's been said, but this is not your fault. So I was like, right, okay. I was horrified that a child that age had it on their phone. I was like, how the fuck? Like, OnlyFans is over 18. Like, you have to be that age. You have to show your ID. Everything has to be above board. Like, it doesn't come off that. So if it's come off, it's been leaked. Hasn't been leaked by me. That's not my fucking issue. And the social services, police, everybody was like, we know, but we just have to ring you and let you know. So I was like, right, no problem. Long story short, this went on for months. I had TikToks made about me saying that basically I was sending my stuff to children. Like, I was horrified as a mother. I was like, I'm a victim of sexual abuse as a child. Like, that is literally my fucking worst nightmare, worst fear for any child. I'm such a safeguarding person. So I was like, for months, this tormented me. Long story short, fast forward like about a year, found out who it was. I said nothing. Found out that no child ever had it on their phone. What happened was she found her husband was subscribed to me. I went on this fucking rampage to basically get back at me. And I was going, like, everybody's anonymous
Through
on
her
it.
child?
Yep. Basically trying to make out I was this horrible nonce bastard sending this shit. And I was, like, I cried.
So
all
that's
over.
somebody in.
Oh,
where
I know
you
who it
live?
is. Yeah, I know who it is. She speaks away to me now. She doesn't know that I know it was her. Her husband was in one day at the shop, and I was in the shop, and her and her husband were there, and I turned around and went, oh, hello, how are you? I thought, rub it up, you fucking cunt. Thought, you fucking bitch.
Does he still subscribe?
I don't know, because he's everybody's anonymous.
Oh, right, okay.
So I don't know who it is.
I don't know much about
yeah,
the,
so no,
the
I don't
whole
know
thing.
who it is. It's all anonymous.
So you subscribe. See, I didn't know anything. I thought like, you knew who they were and stuff
They can
like
tell you who they are, but very rarely they will. Like, they're usually all anonymous.
that alone is another thing that needs looked into. Like, people fucking hate it.
Aye, of course they do, but people hide everything. I'm sure you've seen fucking, you've heard about Tattle Life.
What?
Tattle Life.
No.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, you'll be on it. It's the worst bullying, online bullying forum ever. Everybody's on it.
Don't tell me about these things.
Oh, because you'd be on looking at it. No, it's awful.
He's
Is
not allowed to go on Reddit.
that another one like Tattle Life?
yeah.
People anonymously sabbing about you?
yeah.
Aye, it's fucking awful.
Tattle life.
Yeah,
See,
I found
Reddit,
it.
like, genuinely, my girl plays for Antrim.
Brilliant.
She was training up in Carnlough, and we went up one Sunday morning, and it was lashing rain, freezing
Really
cold.
sabbing about you.
And will you hear? But this is the kind of shit that happens, right?
Yeah.
And so afterwards, the girls, this is in the fucking winter. They're all fucking under 14s at the time, and they were like, we're going to jump into the harbour. And because they're from all over Antrim, they
Yeah.
can be from fucking Ballycastle, they can be from
Yeah.
West Belfast, they can be from wherever. So the girls wanted to go up and jump off the harbour, and I was like, knock yourselves out if that's it doing. So
Yeah.
all the parents drove up, went into the car park. Now, I've been going to Carnlough from 1980.
Yeah.
I know the town like the back of my hand, right? Built the chapel in it with my dad. So, like, the respect I have for Carnlough is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Pulled in, there was a camper van in the car park facing the harbour. So they had a step out, so they had like a space and a half. So
Yeah.
I pulled in enough so that they could get out in the parking spot, right? Went to the shop, bought a cup of went to a coffee shop, bought a cup of coffee, bought another cup of coffee for one of the other daddies that was there. The guy in the coffee shop came out and he was like, oh, you're Paddy McDonnell comedian? Yeah. Can I get a photo? Yes, no problem. When's your next big gig? Oh, I'm in the Odyssey, blah, blah, blah. Walked out, had our coffee, girls jumped into the harbour, went over, get into the car. Now, when we get over to the car, I had to open my boot, so sat my cup of coffee on the top of the boot and got the towels and stuff out for my wee girl, got a big robe for her to sit on the way home because it was freezing, and closed the boot, and the cup of coffee hadn't even finished it, had it in the car. So like 2 days later, somebody sends me this clip and they were like, look what they wrote about you on thing. Paddy McDonnell pulls in his
fucking knew.
big fancy car, parks in a disabled spot,
does he think he
takes
is?
up 2 disabled spots,
I knew it.
walks into the cafe, starts shouting, does everybody know I'm playing the Odyssey and all? And I'm going, like, this
love it.
didn't happen.
I know. People are
That
mental.
didn't happen. Then he throws his rubbish into the hedge. And Dander's about to, now the next bit, you said to me, why have you got one shoe off, right? Because I told you I can barely walk with the gout that's in my feet, like a bad gout. But it was like he was waddling about the town like he was some sort of hard man and all that. And you're going, I
just- when you
was fucking
said-
limping. And see the thing about it, see when we get out, see me and the other fella, the other daddy, the bins had actually been filled, like they were overflowing. And I pointed at the bins and I was like, Jesus Christ, I've never seen them like that there. And there was a guy standing there and he was like, the council's coming up to clean them today. So obviously there's been a load of like,
This is it. Like, people are nuts. That's the sort of shit they'd be writing on top.
so people's like, right below it, I've always knew he'd be a scumbag. And you could just tell there was something not right about him. And see when people meet me, I'm the exact like people come up. There was a guy come up to me at the plane, and he was like, "Sorry, I don't mean to disturb you. I know you probably hate this." And I went, "I don't hate nothing.
I know.
Fucking,
I'm the same. I'd rather
see,
people
bloody hell,
laugh.
he was going to be. You're just normal.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
We're all just
we're all
normal.
fucking just
Yeah.
normal. I am no special than anybody else.
Yep.
And here he was, like, you're standing, and here's me. I'll get on whenever I get on.
I think it's West Belfast in a spot.
I was just like, I don't want special treatment.
That's exactly
You know, like
it,
people
yeah.
send me and go, do you want to come over and bring your kids over here for a free meal? And I'm like, I'll pay.
Yeah.
I'll support your
Yeah.
business.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
not, do you know,
You've done well for yourself, and people expect you to be a fucking cunt. I get it all the time. People be like,
know,
you're a
so-
stuck up cunt, and they meet me and they're like, oh, you're well down to earth. And I'm like, I know, because I'm from fucking Ballycastle and was common as muck.
yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
You
none of us are any
just
better.
because of what you do doesn't
Yeah.
make you any different. Yeah.
See, when you start getting a following and all, I don't know if it happened to you at the beginning, but like my following grew last year. People started treating me like I was famous. No, I swear to fuck, I was all, what? Like people were giving me special treatment and all, and I was affronted. I was all, well, just fucking stop it. People that knew me years now started acting differently and all, and I was like, I hate this. I stayed
Yeah.
in house and all for a week. I was like, I'm not going out.
I think people that know you find it weird. I think
Weird.
they find it weirder. They don't know how to deal with it. Like they sort of, they either can deal with it the three ways. They can be like, nah, it's just you,
Yeah.
and they're just the same person, or they feel like they have to talk about it, and they're like, put you down.
Yes.
And then the other ones are like really supportive and like, I can't believe how well you've done.
Yeah.
Really glad for you.
Yeah.
And it's weird that people act that way. Whereas I find strangers the best because
Yep.
I don't know if you get anything right, but the main one that people say to me is when they meet me, and I don't know why it is, but they go, "You're not as fat in real life."
Fuck off.
Like that's the main thing that they say to me, and I don't know. I don't know if maybe they've seen clips from because my weight goes up and down with training and
That's really
different
fucking
types.
judgmental as well.
And
isn't
I
it?
do. I've always struggled with my weight, but I think when they meet you, the main one now is you're not as fat.
Oh, well, I always get like, you're not a catfish. You look the same in person.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Well, that's a good thing.
okay.
That's a
But
good
you're
thing.
not as fat, that's why.
That you're not as
See,
fat.
I don't, like, I always said this, like, I don't know if it's my fucking spectrum. I don't look at people and see their body or their face. Like, I really don't look at people for their physical shape. I go by energies and all. Like, some,
Yeah.
like whenever I was coaching people, they would go to me like, have you noticed I've lost weight? And I go, nah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, send me your fucking like
Oh, your
numbers, and then
stats
I'll
and
look.
that, I know.
But like looking at them, I would never
Yeah.
notice because I just don't judge people on what they look like. I
When
couldn't
you
give
say
a
you
fuck.
look at it, they're like, do you see auras and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Or- yeah. Right. Okay.
It
So
would
you have
see
that
auras,
spiritual
yeah.
thing about you.
Oh, I
Right.
like
Okay.
fuck. I'm pure witchy as fuck.
Right.
I would feel energies and all off people, but like I would feel that more than I would look at their body like I just see our vessels as vessels to the next life. Like I'm Buddhist, so I believe in reincarnation. Like I switched to Buddhism. My brother died 14 years ago.
But are you a Catholic Buddhist or a Protestant Buddhist?
I'm a Catholic Buddhist. I'm a fucking tag, Finian Buddhist.
Do you know when anybody says they're any different religion in this country, straight away people's looking
But
at
are
them
you?
like, I mean, what type
But
of
which one were you before? Like,
as if
side of the
it
fence are you?
matters, do you know what I mean? But how many Buddhists would there be? Do you know?
There's not many here. There's a temple here in Belfast. There's a temple
Is
called
there?
Zen. Yeah.
Where's
A
that?
fella, fuck, where is it? Is it the middle of town? It's a fella, Frank Liddy. He's from West Belfast actually. He brought the Dalai Lama to Corrymeela in Ballycastle, like fucking in the 80s. He's a lovely fella. He's from
Mom,
West
take you up
Belfast.
Ballycastle, see, get a bit of yellow, man.
Get a bit of Morton's fucking fish and chip.
Shouldn't have said that about the Dalai Lama. Huh? Oh,
Don't be saying nothing about the Yellow Man. Have you seen that all about? Have you not seen that?
no.
The fella dressing up as a yellow man, like all in yellow, running about the North Coast.
Right?
Everybody's out.
Oh, I
Have you
did. I seen it. I didn't read into it. There's like a raincoat. He's like with water boots, you know.
Aye. He was just walking down the road and this has become a big thing. This is how much they don't have to do down the North Coast. Some cunt was just out for a walk.
Is it you?
Then
Is it you?
onlyfans.com/yellow man. Check it out.
Oh,
Fuck.
and tell me this. A lot of people have noticed, like, after Christmas and stuff like that, there's been ticket sales, haven't been great for some people and whatever. I can't complain. Mine's going really good. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate
Fuck
you all.
you, Paddy.
But
You got-
in OnlyFans, does it go like that too? Does it go up
Yeah,
and
you'll
down?
notice. Yeah, so whenever everybody's lying in the house bored in the winter months, it'll go up. In the summer, it's not as high because
Because they
everybody's
can go out
out.
and see.
Yeah,
Perverts.
yeah, perfect. Dirty bastards.
There's more to see out there. Everybody's covered up.
Not lying in the
winter.
fucking house wanking.
I imagine you like charting out, like on a thing, like a graph, like seasonal wanking reports. Like,
I might actually, yeah, that'd be a good thing to do. We graph and all, plot it and all, and just be like, aye, March was
Do it like the
a wet
weather.
month.
We'll get a green screen.
Where's our weather watching camera?
Where's our Willie watching cameras today?
Up the North Coast. Fucking brilliant.
And do you know the demographic of where they're from? Like,
I see everything.
so where
So you
would
don't
your
see the names or nothing? Because
No,
it's all
just-
novel,
No,
but
well,
you
they
see,
have
like,
their usernames, but no, I'll have like age. Well, I don't know if I have ages. Maybe that's Instagram I'm thinking about, but I do have where they're from. So mostly mines are from obviously UK, Ireland, USA, and then Russia. Randomly Russia. I am big in Russia. Don't know why, but like, aye.
That's a good one, isn't it?
Vladimir
Russia?
Putin loves it.
Maybe it's an oppression thing on her.
I don't know.
So it is. I don't
No
know.
idea, but Russia, yeah, it's my 4 biggest. And then after that, it just kind of dwindles down. It's like, then it just says other. So I don't know where the fuck anybody else is from.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be the biggest.
And
Ireland, UK.
I don't want to get too personal details and stuff, but like, is it a good living?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I make all my living.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's where I make all my living. But I have stepped back from it. Like, it's still going really well considering I haven't done anything in a year. Like, coming up to March, I haven't done any porn.
You just put content up, like.
Yep. People just, well,
So that's stuff from before.
yeah.
People are paying in just to access the old
Yeah.
stuff.
So it's just like a subscription. So it's like Patreon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just pay a subscription and then obviously you can buy stuff off it. Now, I have done a couple of scenes. Like, I've done one shoot in August or September maybe. But other than that, like, I haven't done anything. I do my own solo content, but that's kind of what's keeping me afloat. Like, I haven't done any porn in a long time.
See, this is the thing. I genuinely haven't. Not saying I haven't seen porn or watched porn
Yeah.
or whatever, but I'm not on OnlyFans,
Yeah.
and it was brought to my attention last year because I got approached about it. Not
Get on. Will you go on OnlyFans?
wasn't like that. It was something connected to it.
OnlyFans had like a big push last year, where they were trying to just get influencers on it, just
Yeah.
to like just premium
But
content.
it wasn't
just to
even.
turn into
It wasn't even
Patreon.
that. It wasn't even me to have my own OnlyFans page. It was something connected to OnlyFans,
Yeah.
but it was a separate thing, and they wanted me to get involved in it, and it came to my attention. So I sort of looked at it. So I
Yeah.
don't know what's on there. I don't know what way it
Yeah.
is, but I know that there is. Like, Troy McKenna was on it.
Yeah.
He was just like
Yeah.
him training and stuff. Garen Noon started one. I don't even know if it was he playing a guitar. He's on it. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's right. That's your
So,
fella.
you know, I don't
funny
know if they
thing.
maybe tried to make it an overall thing and just.
Well, you see, I think it started as PTs. Like, I think that's what OnlyFans. I heard it started as it was personal trainers on there.
Right.
And you could subscribe and then get their training programs. And then obviously human nature is human nature. And one thing, whoop, everybody just went.
PTs.
But it's
Did
revolution.
not do it, but PTs is a lot of thing around that, like where a lot of things happen in the gym and
What, yeah?
crushes with PTs and stuff like that,
What do you mean?
like relationships.
Oh, I've been in the fitness industry since I was 19.
Yeah,
Everybody's riding everybody, like
that's what I mean.
100%.
And
Yep.
you know, like
PTs
quite
are
a
riding their
few.
clients. and-
Yes,
Yep.
yes,
That's why I train only girls.
yes.
And I'm 100% straight because I've done gay porn. Not for me.
Right. Okay.
Flicking the bean is not for me.
Okay.
Yep, I've done it all. Not interested. I'm 100% straight. I'll only train females because I cannot get accused of anything then.
Yes, get you.
Yep. Fuck
And-
that.
So obviously OnlyFans has been a big revolution in terms of like it's independent, and as you say, you control what you put out there,
Yep.
and you're making the content yourself. Have you ever been involved in like the traditional?
Yeah,
side of
so I
porn?
was meant to shoot with Brazzer. Is it Brazzers? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Brazzer. So I was meant to shoot with them a couple of months ago. I was actually supposed to shoot with Johnny Sins last January, if you know who Johnny Sins is.
Big baldy fella,
Yes.
isn't he? Yeah.
So I was meant to shoot with him last January, but schedules just didn't work out. He's flying all over the world, to be honest, and I just couldn't get him in time. So there's him, there's Manuel Ferreira, all these people like Sir Kieran Lee, all these people I have lined up, and Danny D, if you know him. So
Danny
he's
Dyer?
big.
No.
No.
All right, Johnny. What about you? You're
I
right.
don't think he does porn, but Danny D, no. So like ones that have approached me and been like, we want to work with you, but I just haven't fucking get around to it. But I will like work for Brazzers. I
Right.
want to make it a big thing and be like first Northern Irish person, because I can't say Irish because people have done it down south. So I'm like first person from Northern Ireland that's done it, sort of thing. So
Yeah.
make it a big thing, blow
But
out
then
proportion.
would you, because you've got this like sort of good situation with your own content,
Yeah.
is it then a case of if you're going in that, are you setting your like rules down. You're like, right, well, I'm doing it on these conditions because
Well,
I
you
don't do
see-
this and I don't do that.
Yeah, well, that's the way they approach you. So what the way they approach you is they go to you and they go, this is our rates for the models between X and X. You pick what you want, and then we'll come back and see if we want to give you that. So there is negotiation, but then they also ask you what your levels are. So what are you okay to film? You know, what are you not doing? What do you want to do? And then they'll match you up. If they want you, they'll match you up with somebody that'll be able to do it. Like, they don't go in and go,
You're
we're
doing
going to do
this.
fucking anal today.
Yeah.
And you're going, oh, what the fucking
Yeah.
DP. Do you know
But
what I
then
mean?
would there be like scenarios where they would really encourage that or
No.
make it that so they
No,
can't
they're
do things like that?
completely, nobody is pushy at all. In fact, it's probably the opposite way. People in the industry, like, this is the safest, nicest industry I've ever been in. Like, I was a glamour model for years and been in the fitness industry, the car industry, fucking done sales, done everything. And this is the nicest industry. The people are the nicest. And I always laugh about it and joke about it and go, everybody's riding, so everybody's happy. Like, everybody's getting their end away, so nobody's fucking pent up raging. But, like, being honest, everybody's just so nice. It's really, really kind. It's a really safe, really clean industry in terms of, like, we have to get STI tests either every 14 days or every 28 days. When we're working, we need to disclose everything to the people we're working with. We need to see their certs. We go further than just the normal STIs. Like, we get bacteria checked. We get obviously HIV, AIDS, like things you've never heard of, things I'd never heard of. You're getting checked every 28 days. It's very, very
Where have you get that done?
So I get it done Randox.
Right, so
Yeah,
there's a
so
private.
I pay. Yeah,
Right.
so I pay privately every. Well,
Tax
it depends.
deductible.
Say nothing.
Part of,
Tax
part of your job.
self-assessment.
No, but that's part of your job.
Send my self-assessment through it, make you fucking sick.
It is.
Yeah, because self-employed is fucking.
Yeah.
You're self-employed as well.
Oh, fuck, I know.
Rotten.
Come after you all the time. Yeah, it's all voluntary.
My sister's an accountant, like chartered, so she's always on to me, being like, "Have you got that through yet?" She's the one that does audits and all.
So she knows the crack,
Yeah.
She know what that you can put through and what you can't.
Oh, she's as straight as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, aye. Fucking shut your
Oh,
mouth.
she has to be with the thing.
I've been taking notes of innuendos.
Oh, for
She says she didn't do
I
it.
don't be doing them. It's all right. It's
You
all right.
said
Go
you
fuck.
don't do it, but you kept missing stuff that you were saying, and I was just like,
That's because
giggling
we're
into myself.
fucking good Catholics.
And that was another one.
Well, like when I says you could shelve it and take it out later. Is that what you mean?
You said you can sell it and you can pull it out anytime.
See, I don't
So,
even cop things. Like, I
You
don't
said
have
you can
that
pull it
mind.
out anytime. One stage you said, "Oh, why? It's massive." Another stage you said, "Strangers are the best." When you were talking about the fight, he says, "Well, he came out on top." And then at one stage he said, "Aye, that's the biggest one." And then
So funny.
and then there now is where like she puts it all in. So there you
See,
go.
my mind doesn't even go there at all. Like, I'm
Well,
so
there you go.
fucking innocent.
There you go. And you're the dirty man.
I know.
Obviously, I'm the dirty man.
Yeah, because it wasn't thing. I collect whenever she says she doesn't do them, so it was like, right, well, that's the road we're going down. Do you know what I mean?
I don't mind. Like, people, I'll do it for the
but
crack.
people
But
are like, I've sort of expected.
It's,
Yeah.
See when you're doing these podcasts all the time, you're just like listening to everything people
well, that's
say.
your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
your
just,
job
I'm
in here.
constantly trying to bounce back like a wee
Yeah,
fuck-
and do it.
But then I didn't want to do it at the time because you weren't laughing.
I know, because I was trying to do a serious conversation here.
I was sitting in the corner just ending myself going,
That's the immaturity in you as
yeah,
well.
that's it. I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Fuck's
But
sake.
that's good, and look, I wish you well with it.
Thank you.
I hope it all works out, and I'm glad to hear that there's somebody doing something you feel safe in it, and that it's you're providing for your kids.
That's it.
You know, would you be any better if you were just some girl that was having to do it?
See, that's what my fella always gets asked that question, like, what about her doing porn? Like, does it bother you? And he literally says the exact thing. He's like, I'd rather somebody was happy, like, that could work from home. Like, the thing about me being self-employed with the job I do, I never miss anything with my kids. I'm with my kids 24/7, other than flying
You've the
away from work.
flexibility, yes, yeah.
And he's like, would I rather somebody working 9 to 5 in fucking Tesco's depressed?
Yeah.
He's like,
How long are
absolutely
you
not.
together?
So we actually met in his podcast in August. So I was on Short Bag and What's Happening. Do you know Adam Byrne? He's now a
Yes.
comedian, right? So it was him and my fella Cahill.
Yeah.
They do Short Bag and What's Happening podcast. So he owns, have you ever heard of At Sauce Now in Lisbon?
The barbers.
Yeah, so
Barbers,
that's his shop. So they invited me onto their podcast, and like every podcast, I don't know what I'm going on to talk about. I have a fair idea, but I never researched them before because I'd rather just go completely raw. So I went in. All right, fuck's sake. All right, I'll give you that one, fuck's sake. You had to fucking point that out, didn't you, fuck's sake?
I knew you just seen his face. Had you even picked up that one?
I didn't even hear that one.
So I went at him in August and on his podcast, and it was just love at first sight. I just walked. It was actually me slid into his DMs because he thought I was going with Irish porn star Andy Lee. But again, that was all absolute bullshit. Like, people fully believed we just done it for the clout, we just done it for the crack, come out and said we were in a relationship. So he actually mentioned on the podcast, like, my boyfriend, and I was all, I'm fucking single. So I got my PA to message his PA and be like, just let him know that Megan's single. So I messaged him. I'm sliding into his DMs. Like, I knew he was single.
Where's
so
he? Where's Cahill from, if you don't mind?
So he's from Newry.
Newry. So Newry. Oh, that's a bad mix.
He's from
They're
Newry.
in Ballycastle.
Newry.
Yeah.
How's it
Yeah,
going?
he lives in
Newry?
Lurgan now.
Jesus Christ.
No. Oh, he's mad bastard. He sells snow to a snowman. He's fucking brilliant.
Well, that's good.
He's
good
funny, like
businessman.
he is. He's really, really funny.
I don't know him. I know Adam. I had Adam doing support for me. And he's very,
fucking
very
great. He's
good.
a lovely fella.
Yeah.
Cahill does a wee bit of comedy, like, but he's
Does
just
he?
a wee bit. Yeah, he done. Where was it? We were. I can't remember, some comedy club here that he done a few minutes. But he was brilliant.
Did he enjoy it?
He loves it. He wants to get back into it.
Just
but he's
tell him to
been
keep
too
going.
busy.
I mean, he's only fucking started. Of
He
course,
is
you're going to
really
be.
funny.
You're going to be brutal at the start. Everybody's going to be brutal at the
Oh
start.
no, like brutal sense of humour. Like he,
Oh, really?
Oh,
I
I
thought you
sort
meant
of-
like.
see,
Every
sort of-
fuck. I thought there was.
Shade, he's fucking shade. Nah.
He was brutal. I was like,
No, he's
what?
a brutal sense of humour, so only
yes.
some people will pick it up. Like,
But no, but listen, that's it's the same as your job. There's people for everything.
Yes,
That's why
well,
there's
this is it.
different people.
They look at Frankie Boyle. I always look at Frankie Boyle. What was that thing about? That's what I wrote under the podcast yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That was Kane's podcast. The Frankie Boyle thing where he said about come over.
Yep.
What was that all about? I knew I'd heard that story when I heard you. I was going,
When they clipped it, what happened was Tommy McCarthy. Then the whole thing was
was that you with Frankie Boyle?
yes. So
Right,
we brought
okay.
Frankie over to do the feel and football
I
here.
think he's fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
He's funny. It's like, I love his
If you
humour.
like him, you like him. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
It was controversial.
See, I like
the
that.
gig was going to get banned, and then they went, "No, we'll let the gigs go ahead," because he would have had to get paid anyway.
Yeah.
So they let it go ahead, but it was like a media hush. We couldn't talk about it. You couldn't say you were doing
Okay.
it, but it was completely sold out. It was a fucking massive
Yeah.
gig. But he left his notes. But when we went to meet him, Frankie doesn't fly.
Okay.
So we went to meet him at the ferry, and Tommy McCarthy, the boxer and comedian,
Yeah.
his
He
father.
was on Cal's podcast
Yeah.
as well. Yep.
Well, Tommy's father, who I trained with and all before,
Yeah.
worked with him in the taxis. He was sent down to look after him,
Mm-hmm.
to bring him up to West Belfast, make sure he was okay. So when he went down, and Frankie was looking at him, and he's like, "And who are you?" And he went,
I'm your baby.
"Let's just say I'm an advisor." He didn't want to go, "I'm your fucking security guard."
Yeah.
To make sure you're okay, because
Yeah.
everybody's protesting against you.
Yeah. Fuck.
And he went, and when he said he was his advisor, I laughed. And Tommy's dad looked at me and went, "I'd advise you to fuck up."
To you.
To me. So Frankie Boyle talks about it. So I
Yes.
told it. But when they clipped it, it looked like I said it was Tommy McCarthy. So Tommy came below straight away and went, "This is
I
my
never
dad he's
said
talking
that.
about, by the way." And I was like,
I've
"Fuck's
seen
sake."
that,
So
yeah.
the guy sent me a message like, "Sorry." And I went, "Look, this is what happens when they clip things."
Yeah, it's
'Cause
clickbaity as fuck.
You get it awful.
I get it all the time
see,
where
so do
people
I,
go,
yeah.
"Fucking he's saying that," and I'm going, "Oh,
It's out of context. Out of context. I
Yeah.
see. I love clickbait. Like, I love when people take. I actually do it myself.
It actually makes it perform better.
See,
doesn't it?
I'm a fucking marketing genius. Like, that's one thing I will say about myself. I'm really good at marketing. The last one, Kane's one that I went on, I was talking about a certain topic. I edited it to make it look like it was me. I was actually talking about somebody else was off their head and drinking drugs. I edited it to make it look like me, because people know that I've never took drugs in my life and I don't drink. So when I done that and threw it out, people were like, "I fucking knew you were lying." And then I released the actual thing and was like, "Guys, go, you stupid cunts." But it made it go viral.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
all happy days.
He
Like, I get
doesn't
paid out
even.
of it.
He doesn't even mean to do it. He just talks, and then immediately everybody's like, "You're full of shit."
You're a
fucking-"
cunt, you're a fucker. I fucking knew he was a cunt. I knew he was a dickhead.
The last one we done there was like the football one with like the eagle from last week's, and we put up a clip about, and the bit that he mentioned that everybody was getting on
love
about
it.
was nothing to do with the story. It was a small wee detail. You say like, two clubs do this, and then blah blah, and the
Yeah.
whole rest of the story was the actual main bit. But everybody's going, "There's more than 2 clubs that do that."
There's more than 2 clubs have an eagle on their fucking shirt. There's more than 2 clubs have an eagle flag. And I'm like,
You bastards.
Give over, like,
I was telling the story about this guy in Lazio and fucking the Eagle, right? And I was going, and Crystal Palace do it, which was the only one here that I was going, people might have seen that Crystal Palace
Yeah.
have a fucking Eagle in the flat. People were like, oh, fucking, he's not fucking true. And
What about Benfica, Paddy?
oh, fucking, what about fucking? And you're like,
Just
fuck off.
not love it, but I love it because I know what it's going to do.
It's sort of, you feel like you have to justify yourself
See,
all the
I
time.
never, no, I've got out of that a long time ago. Like, I used to do publicity stunts when I was modelling, when I was 18, 19, like, and I always went viral. I knew how to do it. I knew how to work people because I think it's because I do psychology as well. I know how to fucking use people's brain against them. Like, I know what's going to get people
I
fucking
think it's a
going.
West Belfast thing of me where I
Right.
like to rap a door and go, what'd you say? Do you know what I mean?
Because-
And you have to stop because
Right. There
I'm
was a girl. There was a girl on Tattle. This Tattle, she's anonymous, right? I found out who she was. So for about 3 to 4 months, I knew who she was, and she kept going and going and going online. Didn't know that I was watching it. Going, I know exactly who you are. So I found her address, found out her car, found out where she lived. Now, I didn't approach her. What I done was, I went onto social media. I tagged her in the post, offered her out to a boxing fight because she was writing saying like, what happened was I left it for months and then she tried to sexualise one of my kids and I just went, right, well,
No,
that's
that's
it. She
not fair,
screenshot
yeah.
it. So I don't put my kids up. If I do, there's a heart over their face. I don't
Get
show
you.
their faces. So I put it up. She screenshotted my story and put it onto the Tattle Life and was all, it was something about our t-shirts being the same size, but I was talking more about her height. She was all, she's sexualising her child, saying that they're the same. Why is it she's always gone on about being small and that's fucking disgusting? So I just went, nah, fuck that. I was like, I wasn't talking about that. I would never do that with my kids. So I was all, nah, fuck it. So I called her out. I tagged her. It went viral overnight, like 50,000 views overnight. Like, that's viral to me. So I was all like, people were commenting on it, going mad. Like, everybody was completely backing me up. And she deleted all her social media. And I was happy as fuck. And I was all, exactly, like, I come after them.
Yeah.
Like, I am one of these
No,
people.
I
Like,
get you.
you, like, see, my ma always says, like, see if you leave Meghan alone, she's grand. But see if you fucking provoke her, you're fucked.
Well, if you're going to
'Cause I
poke a
will.
fucking bee's nest, you're going to get stung, aren't
Do you
you?
know what I mean? And like,
And I agree with you on that. Like, people will go, no, that was wrong.
fucking-
No, it's right. And,
100% stick up for yourself.
but there has to be an element of something wrong with somebody.
Yeah.
Like, I've had people who knew me all my life and never was an issue. And then when you got, like, known, they started their shit. And I was like,
complete jealousy. That's
like,
everything.
there was one guy genuinely, like, growing up, and I went, well, do you get different now?
Mm-hmm.
And I went till his door. Like, I was like,
You're as bad as me. I'd be going to the
no, but I did go to his door, and his comment online was, next time I see you, I'm going to knock your fucking. So I was at his
Come
door,
on.
and I was like, here you are.
You're the exact same
And
as
all
me.
he done was like, fuck off with my door. And I'm like,
No, you're the exact same as me.
no. You said the next time you're going to see me, you were going to do this, and this, and this. And I said, do you want a hug? Because you're obviously fucking mentally
I
unstable.
love it. Yep.
And he was like, get the fuck away from my door. And I was like, you see, it's not nice. You were able to put it up on a fucking online
But
thing
this is
for
the
everyone to
thing.
see. I'm not here with a crowd. I'm
Yep.
here on my own. I'm
Yep.
standing at your front door.
Do it.
What do you want to do?
Fucking do it.
And I don't want to be like that. I don't. And sometimes I go to myself, shouldn't be like that. But at the same sense, it fucking stopped it.
I think it's in you, but if it's in you, it's in you. Like, I always say to people, I'm like, please don't fucking start me, because once you start me, I won't stop.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason I haven't, like, there's been a lot of things going on in my life personally recently. The only reason I haven't done shit about it like that is because I know they'll use it against me when it comes to my kids.
Yeah.
People will try. This is why I keep my fucking cool all the time, because people are like, they'll be, I get the peelers wrong on me.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And people
Get you.
would love, like, people always say online and all, like, she doesn't even have her kids. Like, they think my kids are away somewhere. I'm with my kids 24/7.
Yeah.
To the fucking point, I'm like, fuck me, I'm knackered. But, like, that's the way it is. But I don't mind people thinking that I don't have my kids, or that, like, I'm on dole, I'm on benefits, as I say.
But that's their opinion.
Yeah, and I don't give a fuck.
You don't
like,
know.
I've never.
You know what the life's like. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't, like, I know, like, as long as my kids are okay, I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. But, like, you, like, I used to, like, I remember going to a wee girl's house and all, like, walking through her back door, slapping at me on fucking Bebo at the time. I walked through her back door and her mum was sitting, and I went, where is she? She was all, what the fuck? I just opened the door and walked in, and I was all, where is she? Like, don't fucking start if you're not
Yeah.
going to end it. Like,
I think
fuck
that's
that.
the sad part about internet and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
people, nah.
Yeah.
When we grew up, like, I said this recently online, like, the way we grew up back in the day, if you fucking slabbered, you got a punch in the mouth.
Yeah.
You didn't do it online because there was no online.
Yeah.
There was no social media to hide
Nah.
behind. Somebody went to your door and went,
Yeah.
come out. Like, I heard you said this in
I
fucking
remember
school.
being in school and stuff being said, but you went home and like you were worried about what will happen tomorrow, but you
Yeah.
got a break from it, where people don't get a break from it.
This is it. There's no, like, you went home, you closed your door, you were safe. now it's all on your phone.
Yeah.
You lift your phone, it's there.
They have
There's no
access
escape.
to you or
Yeah,
something.
there's no escape now from it.
Yeah.
But the best thing I ever heard was actually Katie Hopkins. You know Katie Hopkins, the girl in England. She actually said at one time it was the best thing I ever heard, because like I always get it thick and heavy all the fucking time, 24/7, comments and fake profiles all the time. And she actually was like, it's just noise. See, if you just put your phone down, it stops. And I was like, why did I not think of that?
I know.
Just put your phone down, don't look at it, and it stops. So it is all just noise.
So I think the next question is, and you've sort of answered it in a sense, but what is the future for Meghan O'Neill?
So I'm reopening my female-only gym.
I put up questions there asking if any of our Patreons had any things, and Jordan C was actually asking about the new PT gym business. He's saying good luck with it.
Oh, thank you.
So it says, what's the plans?
So I had my own gym, in Ballycastle called Pink Strength. So this is basically Pink Strength 2.0. It's because I'm not traveling as much now. Like last year, I was away constantly traveling, working. You know yourself, when you're trying to build a name for yourself, you have to just say yes to everything. So you just fucking constantly, you're on the go. Now that I don't really need that, I've stepped back from traveling. So I am going to open the gym again. It's going to be Lisburn direction. So we'll say nothing, but that's the direction it's going to be.
Once you're up and running, we will tag it in here and stuff like that, and put it out there.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No
but
problem.
yeah, that's what that is. But I'm still doing porn on the side. Like I still will be going back to porn. I just don't know when. There's a lot going on in my personal life. I'm trying to get sorted. You know, I'm trying to be a mum, stepmom, all that sort of shit. So that's why I'm now starting this. But I think, see, for kids, like I do boxing. I'm powerlifting champion down in Ireland. Like down in Ireland, we're in Ireland, fuck's sake. But down Limerick, basically down in the south of Ireland. For
If I was here, you'd feed me over, but sure, will not go over.
I lift for Ireland, so I don't lift for Northern Ireland. I lift for Ireland, so I train in Limerick. But like my kids have been around fitness in the gym and all that sort of shit from they were babies. I think it's so good for kids to see their mummies. That's why I let them bring their kids and all to the gym to train if they have to. Because I'm like, kids need that. They need stability. They need to see like all these good fucking work ethics with women, because there was none of that.
Yeah.
Like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, like my mum wasn't at the gym training boxing. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like my kids go and watch me sparring. They'd be sitting crying and all, because one day I forgot to take out my nose piercings. I get hit, and the girl, it was just blood everywhere, and my kids were like, "Oh, mommy!"
Yeah, my girl went to that Owen fight, and she was like, I never want to go and see that again.
That was fucking mental.
She was like, Daddy, I don't want to see that again. I'm like, I'm fine.
I
Look at
know,
me.
Steve, but it's just,
you know,
that's the way it is.
Yeah. But it's mad. But no, Meghan, I wish you all the best.
Thank you,
it's not an industry I know much about, to be honest with you. OnlyFans and stuff like that, I don't know. So if you want to put your link or whatever, you don't subscribe, you want to subscribe, check it out. I would say the vast majority know who you are, or maybe have subscriptions. But if you don't, check Meghan out.
Meg Ryan VIP.
Meg Ryan
Meg
VIP.
Ryan. So my name's Meg Ryan in the porn world.
Okay. So I didn't even think he asked me yet.
I didn't. I used to have the name Sky Fox, right? So then I came away from that because of an on-day TV programme, Ireland AM, and Tommy Bowe, the rugby player, introduced me as Megan Fox. And I was like, I'm fucking fine with that. No vibes on Megan Fox is coming on. Like, come on, I was like, it's not Megan Fox.
He done it on purpose?
I don't know. He was a bit embarrassed about it. Like after he was like,
he's done a few.
Sorry.
Like there's fucking
he's one like that.
9 children or something. What was that one he done?
Yeah, and then
it was something about somebody dying, and he was like,
fuck.
Oh yeah.
He's mad. Like they're lovely people, but so I came away from that. I changed to Meg Ryan because my partner Cahill has a teenage daughter, so I don't want her to be able to find me like as easy. Basically, if she googles my name, she'll see my stuff, not actual Meg Ryan stuff. So
Get you.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, and I wish you all the best, and thank you for coming in, especially short notice and stuff like that. Willie wasn't here, but hopefully it all goes well for you, and we'll see you in the boxing gym, I'm sure, on a fight somewhere. Definitely. Or do whatever.
I'll be fighting soon. Yeah.
Not able to drop any hints?
Nothing yet. Still need to get an opponent. Let's try to get me matched up. Like, I'm only 49 kilo.
Yeah.
So trying to get like a wee girl as small as me. And then whenever I do get matched up, people are scared to fight me.
Yeah,
so,
get you. It is, you know, and people say this all the time. It's like, we have it in the comedy scene and people's like, why is there no women on the fucking thing? And
people are scared.
It's not even that there. There's not as many women doing it, you know, even comedy and stuff like that. So in the boxing world, it's the exact same.
Yeah, every industry is the same, other than the porn industry. I think it's the only industry where women get paid more than men.
Yeah.
Every other industry is male dominated. Like everyone's kind of been.
Just shows you who the main client is there. in the porn
Men.
industry. Definitely men. Dirty bastards.
Dirty bastards. I love it. I love you so.
It's a natural thing.
It is.
It's a natural
It's
thing.
not a thing, you know.
Yeah, but thank you, Megan. It's been absolutely pleasure having you on, and hopefully it was a wee bit different than other podcasts.
It was different.
Hopefully it wasn't
good.
like people like just asking genuine questions.
She's sure well down to earth and be like, you know.
Why did I come across as a prick in real on this social media thing? I'm surprised you didn't go, you're not as fat.
You're not as fat, you're a bit skinnier than I thought. It's fucking 10 pounds on you there and then fucking camera.
It does 100%. But thank you for coming on. It's been fantastic. Thank you. Yes, folks. So check us out. You've nothing else to plug, obviously, the gym and stuff like that. I have the tour going out there. It starts next Thursday in Lisburn. Tickets still available. Doing the Island Arts Centre. We played Ballycastle last year. They were like, "Why are you not coming back?" And I was like, "Because nobody fucking came." No, we did. We nearly sold out the hotel up there. I just like to change it up.
Yeah.
Closest thing we're doing up there is Portrush. It's nearly sold out. It's on Valentine's Day. I'm playing Portrush on Valentine's Day. Like, how romantic can you get?
The class.
I'm going up the causeway on Valentine's Day.
Where are you in Port Royal?
There's a wee pun for you. Taking her up the causeway on Valentine's Day. Yes. I'm playing the Playhouse in Portrush. There's very little tickets left for it. And so we're all over the north, but starting off next Thursday. So get your tickets. And also, I have the English tour starting in March, kicking off in the Barlands in Glasgow, the 16th of March, day before St. Paddy's Day. Celtic and Rangers is playing. Get your tickets to that one. We're playing Nottingham, Newcastle, Liverpool, Bristol, and London. Get your tickets. Check them out. PADDYMcDonnellComedy.com or Shane.net. Yes, thank you, everybody. And subscribe to Patreon. We're flying. Keep her lit. Plenty of content.
Keep her
just not like Megan's content. It's just me and Willie. No solos. Mostly just me
No
and him.
pun. Willie's not a pun.
No pun. Willie's not a pun. It was, see our saying, you see where we have no eyes and like noses, right? So when we were doing this up, just to talk about puns, when we were doing this up, I brought my kids, the two youngest ones, and they were 4 and 5 maybe at the time. And I brought them in and they're looking at that poster. And my wee girl says to me, Daddy, you've no eyes in your picture. And I went, I know, love. And she went, I can do them for you. And I went, oh, love, that would be lovely. And she went, and Willie's too. And I was like, we don't need Willie's. It's talking about Willie's eye. It was so funny. And Willie's too.
Willie's too.
Yes, so thank you, everybody. See you all soon. Good night.